to the cradle of quarterbacks, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana, home to the Purdue Boilermakers, where the black and gold hoping to boiler up in this one. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Michigan Wolverines offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss.
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Robbins. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Let's see what they've got on second down. Motion from the back. Back to pass on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's Robbins. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. And a sweet catch and a nice gain gets it down to the 30-yard line. He'll do it himself. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Cole. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Touchdown, Wolverines! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Purdue's offense will get the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the right. It's complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Robbins. Hard running there. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on first down. They'll try the run. Finds a little space. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Floating away. Oh, he's got some space.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
The lone back's got it. Jukes his way for more. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7. Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll go to the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. On fourth down, looking to pass. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Boilermakers racing to the line in a hurry-up.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Fires to the tight end. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the draw. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. so looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Looking downfield on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Wants to fire on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Caught over the middle. It's Robbins. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Quarterback on the keeper. They've spotted them a 10-0 start now to see if they can answer on this drive. The Boilermakers moving quickly to the line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage. And
picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Looking for room. It's Robbins.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. The give on the inside. Finds a crease at the 20. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And into the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Yeah, and Reese, no secret about it. Line up in goal line formation. I'm going to run the ball down your throat. My guys are more physical than you. 6 points on the play.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. Turning it on. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Griffin. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Got it in the middle. It's Griffin. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Touchdown, Purdue! The offense cashing it in on that drive. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 28 over Illinois. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw on third. He's got the tight end. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Wolverines. A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Going right to work up top. Got a man, it's Rourke. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Handoff from the gun. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He'll keep it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. He'll do it himself. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Great place to start for this offense. Going to the ground. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. They're working that left side. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. Plucks it out of the air. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Give to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When you got 3rd and this long, everybody knows what's coming. It's going to be a pass. Defensive linemen get to tee off. They know exactly what's coming. Go get the quarterback. It is your dream. That is what you live for. It's what you practice in the offseason for. I want sacks just like that.
The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the 45. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Past the 30. Breaks into the open. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. And the Wolverines, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocked that one right down the middle. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air on 1st down. He's got his man. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. He'll pull it on the read. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Boilermakers in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's a heat. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The inside handoff. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Boilermakers are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man quickly. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
They'll run it from the gun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this 1st half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
And the Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught close to the marker. It's Griffin. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. This quarterback part of their running game. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. On the option. He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play. And the Boilermakers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, the ground game. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. Absolutely perfect.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Now the play fake. He's got him. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Robbins. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man on the right. There he goes. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by 11 over Tulsa. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. Kick is in the air. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man in the middle.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Off play action. Catch in the middle. It's Penny. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Fired in from the red zone for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Griffin. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They go back to work in the final period of this one. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. The Boilermakers look to keep this drive humming. Going with the counter play here. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back to pass. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Hit a speed bump on that last play. Now work to do on 2nd and 15. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On the move. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Boilermakers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking left. He's got it. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
And they cut into this lead a little bit, but man, it's still a huge deficit. And they're going to need their defense to get a stop in this fourth quarter and get them the ball back quickly, still down by a good bit of points.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. So here comes the Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
That's caught. It's Penny. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They try to pop a run on the draw. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man to the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Wolverines, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Fighting off the defender. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Quarterback on the keeper. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They boot it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. To the ground with the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks